You can build the furniture for your home with a little help from the plans available on my website. My professional plans, along with my step-by-step video tutorials right here on YouTube, will help you build a project that I know you'll be proud of. Welcome back to the shop. A few videos ago I mentioned I built this full-size model. This is going to be a project that I post with plans, and I like to make a full-size model. This is made out of poplar. It just gives me the opportunity to look at it a little bit and make those small changes that I think really make a big difference. So after looking at this, I feel like this is just too severe. So I'll take the bench apart. This is just kind of held there with gravity and these joints. And I'm going to take about 3/4 of an inch off of this and make this a little less severe. So that's number one. And then there's a few other changes, and we'll get into them as I break this down. Here's the MDF pattern for this, and actually I think maybe 1/2 of an inch is a little bit better. So the plan is to connect this line to here, and maybe I can do this right on camera without screwing up. Basically, this just looks a little strong, this line, so I want to, I'll cut this out on the bandsaw, sand it, and then this will be the pattern that I follow with the router. I often make custom sanding blocks when I'm making patterns like this. And so I just want to sand those blade marks out, and then I can use this as a pattern for this piece. I have these little notes to myself that when I make this pattern, I need to hold this line at the edge, and same thing over here. So basically I'm just using 1/2 of this pattern, then I'll flip it over. And once this looks good, this will become the pattern for everything else. Now I'll rough cut this with the bandsaw, making sure to leave the line. Okay, now I'll drop this in here and take a look. And I think that looks a lot better. It's just far less severe. I think I'll go ahead and drop the seat back on and get a look at both of them, the left side as opposed to the right side that I just trimmed a little bit. So here is a look at the right side. And I'll move the camera over to this. I can't really show the whole bench, and the shop's kind of small. But I think you can see that this looks just much more severe. I pointed out that I made a mistake in the last video, cut the dado too deep. Also another good reason to make a full-size model. Kind of work out the kinks before you start working in the actual material that you're going to use for the project. I have the braces back in place and the seat on, taking another look at it, and the next thought is this back piece seems a little heavy. So I'll take it off, and I'll think I'm going to trim, I'll trim 1/4 of an inch off first, take another look at it. I'm thinking 3/8, but you can always take more off. You can't put it back on. So I'll take 1/4 of an inch off of this and take another look. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. I think I'll stick with that. So now I'm going to take the seat off again, and I've added 2 inches to the original depth of this bench. I just thought it was kind of narrow. This is going to be a reproduction of a shaker bench that's in the Metropolitan Museum. And I just wanted to make it a little bit bigger. People are bigger today. And so I'll go ahead and remove this. I want to take probably 3/4 of an inch off the seat. And what that's going to allow me to do is bring this piece, the angle of this piece, kind of tilt it back a little bit by another 3/4 of an inch. It's a good thing that's a model. Just to point out what I'm doing, I've made a mark here at 3/4 of an inch. You can see how that's going to increase the angle of the back. So this will get ripped off, and then I'll make a new piece, cut the angle first, reattach it, and I'll also need to remember to move this lap joint over 3/4 of an inch in the plans. Here are the backs with the new angle, and if we compare it to the old back, you can see it's not a huge difference, but definitely a difference. Sometimes that makes all the difference. I also made the tops a little bit heavier to add a little strength to the back. The next step is to add the back to the base of the bench, and I'll do that with a little wood glue and some biscuits. While the glue's setting up, I'll cut the bench seat to width as well. This also needs 3/4 of an inch removed. I did fill that dado that I made too deep. You can see I just have this piece hanging out in space, and that'll get cut flush when I cut the bench seat to width. Okay, and I think those little changes do make a big difference. Nothing's glued together, the back is attached, but I can pick this up, bring it back here, take a seat in it, and see what I think. All right, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not a lounge chair, but it's comfortable enough. It's nice to have this backrest. Nothing's glued together and it doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart underneath me. And I think when it's made out of cherry, it's going to look really nice. So I think when it comes to designing furniture, or in this case, trying to make a reproduction, it's worth the extra time to make the model, look at it, make the changes. And I think when this is made in cherry, it's going to look really nice. I like this very simple look. I can imagine a simple bedroom or a cabin with a nice piece of shaker furniture in it, looking really nice. I'll probably distress the original when I make it, or the one that's going to be made out of cherry. And this project video will be up on my channel in 2 weeks. I'll have the plans available. As you know, that's a big part of my business, is designing furniture and selling plans. So I have a ton of furniture projects on my website, and they all have video tutorials right here on YouTube designed to help guide you through the project. So if you're looking to build the furniture for your home, I hope that you'll check out my website and let me help you with your next furniture project. In other news, I have 2 other channels. One is Today's Craftsman. That's with Jeff Krug from Green Street Joinery. And on that channel, we talk about everything that goes into the professional cabinet shop business. Jeff's great on camera. He's a wealth of information, so I hope that you'll check out that channel. And we also have Two River TV, and that focuses on the local scene where I live. So that's a lot of fun. We post videos there about every 2 or 3 weeks. And this video, or this week's video, is focused on a local artist. So I hope that you'll check out those channels. I'll have links in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.